Man, it's been a while since I had on this shirt. I think it's been like, what, over 30 or 40 reviews. But anyway, Armitage 3 is a 1995 action cyberpunk anime series that has only 4 episodes that has been directed by Haruyuki Uchi. In the year 2046, Armitage, part of the latest android line as Class 3, models that look, act, and feel human, investigate illegal manufacture of Class 3 androids on colonized Mars. Before we get started, I have to give you guys a deep apology, especially for fans who has been watching my material for a long time, and for newcomers who has recently watched my latest anime review of Armitage Dual Matrix. I've noticed when I seen the video of the review, I noticed that the video had some very bad textures of just the screen dimming and just keep flickering on and off. People thought that it was just an effect just so I could add more feel to the review, but it honestly wasn't. And it was basically just a problem that I was trying to fix by adding it, and it just ended up being worse. And I just gave up, honestly, just trying to fix it so I could just get the review out of there, because I felt like if it's not affecting what I was saying about the review, then it shouldn't really affect the whole overall score of the review or just me talking about it and showing footages of it. But it's still a problem, and I want to address that to you guys. And another thing I want to apologize about is just the scale, just a scale order of just me reviewing Armitage. Now, I first thought that Armitage just had 2 materials for me to catch up on, which was the Armitage movie and the Armitage sequel, and I thought that was it, but I did some deep research and I found out that they actually had a series that was before both of those, and I was butthurt. I was butthurt a lot. So this review should have came out first, and I was going to review it sooner, but it just came in the mail recently and I was watching it the other day, and honestly, the series is just like the Armitage 3 movie. But honestly, the Armitage 3 movie, the reason why that came out is because it was just like the series, but it wanted to be fit on one short film, just so people that want to be, just so they can be interested in Armitage in a fast way, they can just watch the movie instead of watching the animated series, because the animated series altogether is over 2 hours and 30 minutes, and that's including the introduction and outroduction. But honestly, even though the movie was great, I gave it the highest score possible. The show is still watchable, especially if you want to watch everything and catch up on all the aspects that I've mentioned on the previous version. This might indeed be the most quickest reviews I've ever freaking did in a very long time. That's because everything about the series is the exact same thing as the movie, but it's more detailed, it's more polished, it's more fleshed out, and the dialogue and the chemistry of the characters, especially with Armitage and a Ross Syllabus character, the bond is even greater. I end up liking both of them even more by watching the animated series. I end up believing more of Armitage's drive as she was beginning to fulfill her journey of just being a regular veteran cop and just taking down enemies, and we're beginning to know more about her character, her cybernetically enhanced body, and just the criminology of just why enemies are going after her in the first place. Same thing with Ross's character. I knew more about his drive and just why he hated robots in the future, of just him end up bonding with Armitage so they both can have their own similarity, understanding of why they hate each other's species, but why they end up accepting each other's differences. It was polished out. I liked the dialogue also. Same thing with the action. The action was great. The action was phenomenal, even more gory, even more like full of blood and just destruction, more than the actual movie. And when it comes to the pacing, it still didn't pussyfoot around. It still got down to the point, honestly. It was never really a dull moment. And even though I mentioned it on my movie review, you're gonna feel disturbed, you're gonna feel a little sick to your stomach when it comes to how they show the animation details of people getting killed and just constant headshots. So again, this is a very, very, very big warning to those who feel comfortable with that stuff happening, to be aware that this is going to be on this series as well, but even more detailed. There's even more sexual references on here too. So much context, and again, with the action is right in front of your face. An anime like this proves to you that you need to be in a mature age, or just be aware of what's to come of it when you watch this anime. It's very futuristic, and I still think it's ahead of its time, because by watching it now, only thing that stands out to me when it comes to me knowing that I'm at that age where I can just see the elements of this anime being seasoned, is just the animation itself, the art style of it. But other than that, everything still plays out to me very well, and even that's not an issue, because I still love the old style anime art style in the first place. Now, the only thing that's different about this anime is the introductions and the outtroductions. The introduction is great, gives you a good full energy vibe to the anime, has a cyberpunk feel to it, as you feel like you are in those times, even though it was made in 1995. But I just like how it sticks to the script, and it just pulls you in directly towards the anime premise of when you begin to watch the shows. And I just like the animation itself, of just how it just shows Armitage and just how badass she is as she's flicking off the screen. Now, as for the introduction of the anime, it's kind of the same way, but it's a little bit of a calm, steady pacing introduction. A lot of animes do this, where they start hard and heavy with the introductions, but they end up giving you a calm manner of the introductions just because of what they have thrown to you in the episodes. Attack on Titan does this, Naruto does this, Demon Slayer does this, Dragon Ball Z does this. A lot of animes that has good intensity, embracing action, likes to pull you in when the introduction happens. But when the introduction happens, then it gives you that calm and steady movement of just, the roller coaster is over, now just sit and just enjoy the scenery. And Armitage has done that in a very good way. So by the end of the day, I know people may have problems with these type of movies being made, and we're thinking that it's gonna be completely different, or a sequel or a prequel, but end up being the exact same as the series. But I think the reason why I don't got a problem is because I watched the whole thing in the wrong order. But I like to look at it like this. This anime, there's no problem with this anime. I thought this anime was great from start to finish. Same thing with the movie. But it's like I mentioned, if you want to watch the anime and feel it in its full extended potential, then watch the anime. It's only 4 episodes. But if you do have time to not spend like that, and at the same time you just want to get a quick information of this Armitage in raw syllabus character, and just get on the hinges in a quick manner, then that's what the movie is for. So I really don't mind that. But I just feel like I feel like producers and directors need to address this before fans end up watching and buying films thinking that it's a sequel. They have done this so many times. They have done this with Beyond the Boundaries, one of my favorite animes of all time. When they made a movie, I was completely disappointed, because the first film was 80% of the series, and then 13% of us knowing what happened after the series. They even did the same thing with Goblin Slayer. So I just feel like I wouldn't have a problem with it unless they address to us of what's to come when we watch these and pick these up. But other than that, that's all I have to say about Armitage. I'm gonna have to give Armitage 3 the same rating I have gave in the original, an A+. I'm gonna beat the bell this time, because this is a very quick, breezily review. But that's it. That's all I have to say for today. Please stay tuned for more of my upcoming reviews and anime reviews and videos headed your way. This is Hugo, your critic teacher, and you guys have a good day.